Welcome back. Hope you're having a good morning. Well, as promised, let's get in Dharmesh Kant on the show. Hi, Dharmesh. Good morning. Good to see you win. Dharmesh, you got a lot of results over the weekend. Dr. Reddy's, Kotak Mahindra Bank, and various other names. Anything stood out for you in terms of an earnings reaction that could turn into an actionable?
Yeah, good morning, Nigel. Thanks for having me on the show. The results were more or less in line with estimates across the board. Dr. Reddy's was a bit of a disappointment, particularly the North America kind of a business. But its foray into more into Europe and Africa and other Asian countries may, stabilize the things going forward. So but that we have to see. We are having a neutral rating on that. But Kotak Mahindra Bank stood out on the results front, particularly the asset quality front, which was a problem last quarter. This quarter, there seems to be out of the woods. The things have improved both on gross NPA and net NPA. Trade cost has also come down by 14 bips if you look at sequentially. At the same time, slippages were lower. Advances were quite great. I mean, 15% kind of advances goes as compared to, say, ICICI or HDFC, which has grown by 11%. NII growth was not that great, 6.5%, but that was more to do with the dip in the NIMS, which I think is the last quarter of dips, provided there is no further rate cut coming from the RBI going forward. That can again be a NIMS dilutive going forward for next 2 quarters. So net, taking the valuation to account at 2.3 times price to book 1 year forward multiple, it looks a pretty attractive bet. So Kotak Mahindra Bank looks good from a buying perspective. And ITC Hotels was another counter which looked, particularly great. Seeing the kind of, euphoria travel and tourism across the board, we think the disposable income which is there in the hands of the people, quite a chunk of it is going to go into this side. And there, I think hotels are particularly well placed. ITC hotels being there at the same time, Taj VK or East India hotels, one can look from the valuation perspective, which is comparatively cheap compared to their peers. So this is the sector which we think for next 2 quarters, healthy investment trading bets can be played out.
You'll want to listen in to the next conversation, Dharmesh. In a bit, we'll have the management of Brigade Hotel Ventures also joining in. But before that, I wanted to get your views on Reliance Industries, because there is a big announcement from Reliance Industries. The company has joined hands with Meta. They will be forming a joint venture which will develop enterprise AI solutions. The new entity will be called Reliance Enterprise Intelligence Limited, REIL. This was announced by Mukesh Ambani at the AGM. 70% to be held by Reliance, 30% by Meta. And initially, there will be an investment of $97 million. Now, considering that India has sort of been starved of these AI plays, and this would be an AI play. It starts off small, but there is going to be the data center, etc., cutting edge. How would you approach this news from Reliance Industries and the step that they have taken?
Yeah, good morning, Reva. It's again a positive development on the part of Reliance Industries, and they have been doing the right things across the divergent verticals. So AI is one platform where the focus has been quite high, including the data centers and all. And we believe that the discounting of the SOTP-based kind of valuation has still not happened for the AI business and the new energy vertical business, which is there with Reliance Industries. The present market cap discounts the other 4 or 5 verticals which are there in the play. And there too, we think that retail division is undervalued. I mean, 2 times the sales, whereas others in the same basket is trading at 6 times the sales. So there again, a rating is needed, and market will definitely do that. Reliance Industries happens to be our top pick in the Diwali pick from this summer to next summer. I think it's if you are holding it for a multi-year, 2 to 3 year kind of a play, as the discounting of AI vertical and the new energy business comes into play. So it's definitely a multi-bagger to my mind. I mean, double X from where we are. But from a 1 year perspective, we are penciling in a target of 1650 for Reliance Industries.
Dharmesh, before we let you go, I just wanted to get your call on Coforge and really what lies ahead for the stock. I don't think the numbers leave any room for complaint. Growth remains very, very robust. The stock has also been fairly ranged. I mean, it's cooled off this year so far. It's down some 7-8%. So, is this a great entry point for Coforge, or do you think that perhaps, the kind of bull run that we've seen on the stock, that's kind of behind us now?
Yeah, good morning, Survi. Absolutely no point of complaint as far as Coforge numbers are concerned. Excellent set of numbers on all parameters, even though there was a good margin expansion. And the geographies have been doing well, particularly the North America part. And if you look at the IT companies, be it Persistent, Coforge, Signity, These are the companies which are into services support system, be it implementation or system integration and application integration or various softwares into play. And these companies are doing well as compared to the product IT companies. So we do believe that this continuity is likely to go forward, whether the product is AI enabled, ML enabled, or a simple product, all will lead implementation and services to support for the ongoing execution. And there, I think these companies will continue to find traction in the business traction. Valuations are a bit expensive if you look at on a PE multiple terms and compare it with the margins of the bigger ones, but I think the margins are catching up with and double digit at mid-20s kind of a margin in next 3 to 4 years can likely be there. So one last leg of rally, I think, is still due from a short-term period. So we have been recommending Persistent and Coforge as our portfolio buys, and Signity now adds to the list. So these three companies look pretty exciting to us.
Okay, all right, got that. Dharmesh, we'll leave it on that note for today. Thank you very much for joining in